Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to my Minecraft Feed the Beast series. And today we are back in the village because there's a small project that I want to do here today, which we're going to build here and eventually move over to the arcology. But I want to build it here first because right now this is still where all of our important machinery is. And so I need it here to help power it. Yes, we're going to work on another method of power generation today, and one which eventually will power the arcology until we can build a fusion reactor. Now that is still a little bit of a ways away, so in the interim we are going to build a nuclear reactor. Oh, I'm going to blow my village up, aren't I? Probably, but it could be fun. But yes, as I said, since all of our machinery is over here right now, I'm going to build it in the village, and then once I have the basement finished up over there, I will start to move all this machinery to the construction site, and we will then, of course, move the nuclear reactor there as well. And yeah, hopefully it should produce quite a bit of power for us. More power than right now I can feasibly do with solar panels. I like solar panels and wind and even water wheels or water turbines, whatever in the world they're called, because they're all wonderful, good, passive, safe forms of generation. Nuclear power, on the other hand, is not passive and not safe, but it can produce a whole lot of electricity compared to the passive methods. So we are going to get it started here today, and actually we should be able to finish up a single basic reactor. Nothing too fancy right now, I just want to make sure that I have more than enough power to basically make sure I can keep all of my machines running. And of course, to do that, we need these lovely things, uranium cells. Now, I've already got a few on hand, but I am making more right here in the centrifuge at the moment, which is quite simple. You put uranium dust in here, which you get from macerating or pulverizing uranium or uranium ingots, whichever you have on hand. Then you pop the dust in here, and it will create uranium cells, thorium cells, I believe some tungsten. I've got everything downstairs, but yeah, it'll give you a lot of good, rare things, most importantly of which, for now, uranium cells. We need them to actually produce the power. Now, we also need these lovely things here, dense copper plates, as they are an integral part of the reactor, I guess for, support and whatnot. And how you make these, I need 12, I've made 11, and that 8 copper should give me my 12th. So you take 8 copper, pop it into the compressor, and that will make a dense copper plate, which is very, very important. Now, other things we'll be using to make the reactor is machine blocks and a generator and an advanced circuit, all of which we have made previously, so I won't go back over those. So yes, let's actually start to build ourselves a reactor. Okay. Now, the main part of the reactor is made with machine blocks, these dense copper plates, which create the reactor chamber, which you need 3 of these things. We can just pop that along the center there, and then put a generator right there, and an advanced circuit right there, and we get a nuclear reactor. Not actually that difficult to build. All in all, you need quite a bit of copper for it, but that's really the worst of it, is just, I don't remember exactly how much copper right now, but a lot of copper. So, we'll just take this up. And then another important part, besides the uranium cell, as the reactor chamber, let's actually put it down. I'm going to go and build it in our energy building that we have over here with all of our other energy production stuff. I probably could have figured a better word for that, but hey, I didn't. So, yeah, let's just build it right here. Oh, yep, inventory. Let's pop this baby down. Right there next to the door. I hope you guys don't want to ever have children again, because, well, with this reactor in here with you, you won't. And if you do, oh god, it'll be horrible. Yeah, this is the interface that you get with a nuclear reactor, and I could just put this uranium cell right in there without an issue, and it would start to produce power. But it will also produce heat. And eventually, this thing will get so hot that it will burn all the flammable materials around it, and if it continues to heat up, it will actually explode. Of course, causing a nuclear explosion, which we don't want. Not at all. So, you need a way of cooling your uranium cells, and the most basic way of doing it is with a heat vent, which, if you take 4 iron bars and 4 refined uranium, that'll give you that heat vent. And so let's just pump that right there. And, well, it's been quite a while since I have actually made a nuclear reactor, but, oh, if I am remembering correctly, if you put a heat vent in here and a uranium cell right next to it, this will produce power. Now, actually probably should have hooked this up to something so I could tell. So let's hook it into this battery box and break that. Which, that battery box is pretty much full, though it is decreasing in power, so this probably wasn't the best of tests, because we have the centrifuge going, which of course is taking power. So let's just knock that off right now. The MFE we have down there should keep the centrifuge going. And let's pop that right there. And are we getting power? We are not. Like I said, it's been quite a while since I've made one of these. Do I have to give it a redstone input? Oh, yep, there we go. Alright, yeah, I forgot about that. So, yes, it needs some sort of a redstone input, and wow, look at it go. That is filling that up quite nicely. And yeah, see, you can see that it has this little health bar right here on the uranium cell. That basically tells you how much is left in that cell. The farther the green bar goes down, the more it is getting used up, which, let's rehook this all back up so we don't waste any electricity. And yes, as I was saying, that bar will go down as the power is generated, eventually depleting the cell, and you can eventually, replace it with other cells. And you can begin to produce more and more power from this setup by adding additional uranium cells. And if you have uranium cells that are adjacent to one another, they, I believe, double the power output. And then you can actually add additional reactors. Whoop, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to just hit around it. There we go. You can put additional reactors on basically all sides of it, giving you 6 additional, basically, areas that you can put in more and more stuff. Eventually, this whole thing is just a giant inventory, essentially, that you put in heating vents, coolant cells, uranium cells, and all sorts of different patterns and variations to produce increasing amounts of power. And as you get the more and more advanced reactors, it of course produces more and more electricity. And, of course, being more and more dangerous. If you even have one minor mistake on a full-scale large reactor, you can end up with basically a Chernobyl incident on your Minecraft world, which nobody wants. So it is definitely a dangerous method of power generation, but a good one nonetheless, as it does produce massive amounts of power if you build it right. Now, for now, I am just going to stick with this basic reactor because it is producing, well, essentially more energy than I need at the moment, so I'm actually just going to turn it off. And, yeah, this plus my solar panels and my wind turbines will give me more than enough power for my current needs. But once we have the arcology, our power needs are going to increase drastically, as I plan on not just having all the same machines I have in my workshop over there, but I plan on having many, many more running in sequence with automated systems, and potentially I've been playing around, I'm not going to show it here today because it's still not finished, but I've been playing around with a Tesla coil defense system for the arcology to protect my wonderful villagers. So, that is all, though, for future episodes, as we still have a long way to go on the construction of the arcology itself. But this is a good first step. We are going to need a lot of power, especially to finish running our quarries and our fillers, and then eventually all of our various machines. So, a nuclear reactor, for now, is going to serve us very, very well. And yeah, that's going to be me for this episode. I hope you all did enjoy, and of course that you come back for the next, or else my villager friends here are going to be very sad. Isn't that right, guys? Yes. Yes, you will be. And as always, have a good one.